Thank you so much for the privilege of speaking to you once again. I consider it high honor to spend time with you. I was first here in 2018 when I received the VFW Teacher of the Year for Tennessee. I told you then that I like you. I then went on to attend the national conference in Kansas City, where I received the Smart Mayor VFW National Teacher of the Year. And I told you that I love you. Now here we are again, and I will spend some time with you today talking about the difference the VFW has made for me, both professionally and personally. And let me say to you, you are now family. I want to talk to you about my journey with the VFW. It is a journey that will never end for me. It started long before I even knew that the VFW was a thing, and now you are a really big thing in my journey. On September 11th, I watched from my classroom the terrible news from that day. I was teaching first grade, and I knew that the children before me would see this war. I was right. For the first time in my life, I was presented with deep questions. Why was this happening? Who was going to fix it? Was I going to help? Was there anything I could do? The questions got deeper for me. Why have I never thought about serving my country? Why had I taken for granted those who have? What would happen if we lost our freedoms? Why have I not cared? So I began searching for answers. Is there anything I can do for my country? How can I help those who stand the line for me every day? How can I serve? Can I do anything from where I am? I was looking into the eyes of the next generation, and I wanted them to love her and not take her for granted as I had done. I wanted them to understand the foundations on which she was built. I wanted them to know what our flag represents. I wanted them to know that many came before them so we could be here today enjoying our freedoms that we all know don't come free. I decided for myself that I could make a difference and serve my country by teaching the next generation to love and care for her. So I wrote a play that taught some American history and a whole lot of patriotism. And it was simple, and we had some homemade costumes, and we sang some songs. But the parents loved it, so I decided to do it again next year. 18 years later, the play goes on. Only it has grown into a beautiful event that involves our entire student body, our community, our leaders, our parents, and our veterans. We now have real costumes thanks to so many donations, and the script allows for much more detailed history, and boy, do these children deliver. They own patriotism. They don't just sing the songs, they belt them out with pride. All the children do, even the ones from the bleachers, because they all know them now. When they say the Pledge of Allegiance, they stand a little taller and grip their chests a little tighter. It has become a staple in our school culture. Even though our colors are green and white, all you see is red, white, and blue. The children dress red, white, and blue. They buy clothes that have the American flag. They're painting their fingernails red, white, and blue. I even had a little boy break his arm, and he had them do their cast in red, white, and blue. One of the favorite things we've done at our school is create a veterans wall. We asked the children to bring in pictures of their own veterans, and even the community members have brought their pictures in. Now children are beginning to understand who and what a veteran is. So as the play has grown, I have grown more. It has taught me many valuable lessons. Back in 2017, Commander Kimberly King made her way to Cowan Elementary to attend the play. Commander King runs a post that isn't too far from school. I was just one of many events that she attended that year. She makes it her mission to get out there and support as many programs as she can. I was sure glad she came to mine. A few days after the play, Commander King made her way back to Cowan to talk to me about an award that the VFW provides for educators. Had she not come to me, I would have never known that it existed. We decided to submit my work, and I made it all the way to the national level, and I won. At each level, I was awarded money that I've been able to use to further my endeavors. I received recognition for my efforts. I was able to attend the state and national conferences. I heard the President of the United States speak at the national conference, and I had a front row seat. The VFW sent me to Freedom's Foundation in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania for a week-long conference covering the War on Terror. I spent time with scholars from Iraq and Afghanistan, agents from the FBI, CIA, and Homeland Security. I listened to a Medal of Honor recipient speak, and then I learned how to use the Medal of Honor character development program in my classroom. They took us to New York City to see the World Trade Memorial. That was the place it all began for me. I was also able to explore Philadelphia and see the likes of Independence Hall and the Liberty Bell. What was a little country teacher like me doing in such a sophisticated environment as Freedom's Foundation? I was there because a commander from a VFW post took the time to search for the next program and find the next teacher. She found me, and I discovered the VFW. I mentioned earlier that I had grown and learned valuable lessons. What the VFW did for me was to breathe new life in me and help me find my purpose. I want to help veterans. You helped me discover that I could indeed serve my country from my classroom. You helped to inspire and motivate me in ways I didn't know I could be. Americanism and patriotism have now become my passion. I find ways to teach it in every subject area. I find ways to get out in our community, whether it be parades or events, and I share our love for America and those who serve her. I have parents volunteering at our school, and our community comes in every time I have a new project, and I'm always looking for projects. We now have a Wednesday morning group of students that come in early to make cards for our soldiers. We call it the Help Project, and we make cards that share hope, encouragement, love, and peace. HELP. We send them to Operation Gratitude and to various family members that have enlisted. We have been sending packets to Shaw Air Force Base after I saw a segment on the news that told of the high rate of suicide at that base. I hear of that epidemic often when I attend meetings with the VFW, and I know I can help. The children can help. We just need to care. We created this as part of the citizenship module that came with the Medal of Honor character development program. I want these children to know that even though they are kids, they can make a difference. I have since been able to participate on the honor flight. That was one of the best days of my life. Last year we wrote letters to every living recipient of the Medal of Honor. 25 of them wrote us back. What a learning experience for us all. I watched as children and grown men shared a love for one another through their stories of faith, family, and service. I watched as these children began to discover how good it really feels to know that you did something that made a difference in someone's life. We just sent out this year's batch last week. For myself, my library at home now consists of Gary Sinise's book, Grateful American, Kyle Carpenter's story, You Are Worth It, and Clint Romashay's book, Red Platoon. I want to experience as many different perspectives as possible. We have a Gold Star family at my church. The father has slowly been warming up to me, wanting to share his story of his only son, killed in Iraq in 2005 by a roadside bomb. I finally got the courage to ask him to come to the play. I saved them a seat on the front row, and we honored Nate, and I watched as the veterans in the crowd gathered around him in support. This past year, they gave me their son's memorial dog tag. One Sunday night, he just randomly told me how his son loved to play the drums. I feel like he's letting me in his own way, in his own time, because he knows I care, and I do. I'm learning that it's the most important thing we can do is care. Caring makes a difference. Just last week, I babysat for a family in my school. He is an active duty soldier, and he has been through several deployments. He and his wife help me every Veterans Day, whether it is cooking food or building props. They make sure their children come to every event. They were wanting to attend the artillery ball at the base, but they didn't have a sitter. So I volunteered in hopes of helping them for a change. I wanted to show them that I cared. What a learning experience for me. I've never been in the home of a soldier. There were patriotic pictures hanging everywhere. The American flag everywhere I looked. The boys took me to their room, and they're hanging on their desk chairs, were their father's fatigues. One had the jacket and the other had the cap. I believe as a way to hang on to him when he is gone. The little one wanted to share his favorite songs with me on his iPad. Every song was of a soldier fighting in a war, leaving their family behind. Our dinner conversation that evening revolved around when Dad is home and when he is gone. But one thing was so obvious. They are each serving their country, and they completely support one another, and I need to support them. Before the VFW, I put together a play each year for Veterans Day, and that was all I did. Since the VFW, I have found a new calling in my life, to not only educate children about America, but also to become an advocate for all those who serve our country, and to care for them so that she remains the greatest nation on earth. I wrote a song that I will read like a poem, and it shares the innermost part of my heart in relation to this journey. It came to me on the way home from that honor flight. I heard it over and over that day that we were losing the greatest generation. And aren't they the greatest? They were having a harder time each year finding World War II veterans to make the flight. Now, I dwelled on that thought, and I was faced with yet another deep question. Will there be another great generation? Will we have another generation that will love their country and fight to defend her? I work with children year after year, and I see their potential, and I know what they can do when there are people who breathe life into them. I believe that it is up to us to do our part. We must foster a love of this country. We must set the example. We must hold the bar high like our predecessors did. We must not quit. They are depending on us to guide them. I want to breathe life into them as you did me. Now, the VFW helped me find a way to serve, to do my part. You helped me answer my questions. I am not alone in this country. I believe there are so many others across this nation just like me. Everyone in this room is a leader. And leadership is all about helping someone else be their best. Who will you go out and help? First, help each other, and then go help others. Someone found me. Will you be the one to get out and find the next teacher? The greatest generation yet to come. Is there a greatest generation yet to come? Or are we all done? Are we giving up the dream? Because that's just how it seems. Are you out there? Will you help me? Anyone? Because I don't want to lose this land I love. So I get down on my knees and pray to God above that we can come together and make this country better, for there's a better generation yet to come. This land I love, America, I want to see, oh glory fly. I'm going to fight till victory, saving her for you and me, and for the greatest generation yet to come. America was built here under God, with liberty and justice for all. A nation undivided, a nation built to stand, when brother joins brother hand in hand. America can make it, I know it's true, 'cause I know people all across her that love her like I do. I've seen their helping hands, I know what's in their hearts. We owe it to our kids to do our part. This land I love, America, we want to see, oh glory fly. We're going to fight till victory, saving her for you and me, and for the greatest generation yet to come. America, it is the land of more. More good, more love, more hope, more free. And some have even died to keep her free. And for my kids, the day will come, as we raise them one by one, they'll be the greatest generation yet to come. America, America, long may oh glory fly, and may we never take for granted the hope this country brings, and for all future generations, let freedom ring. Thank you.